Loneliness is known as a complex emotional state that occurs when a person feels disconnected from others and perceives a lack of meaningful social connections or companionship. It's important to note that loneliness is subjective and can be experienced even when surrounded by others if those connections lack depth or understanding. Loneliness can manifest for various reasons, such as social isolation, emotional isolation, transitions and life changes, and lack of belonging. It can have significant negative effects on mental and physical health, including increased stress, depression, anxiety, and even a weakened immune system. It's essential to recognize and address feelings of loneliness by seeking social connections, fostering meaningful relationships that bring fulfillment and a sense of belonging. Loneliness is a deeply human experience characterized by a profound sense of isolation and disconnection from others. It's more than just physical solitude. It's a state of emotional emptiness where the absence of meaningful connections leaves an individual feeling adrift in a world that seems indifferent or even hostile. It's the ache of being alone in a crowded room, the silent scream of longing for companionship that feels out of reach. At its core, loneliness is a fundamental need for social connection unfulfilled. It's a universal human condition that can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or social status. Whether triggered by external factors like geographic distance or internal struggles with self-esteem and social anxiety, it cuts to the heart of what it means to be human, the need for understanding, acceptance, and belonging. It can manifest in myriad ways, from the gnawing emptiness of solitude to the suffocating weight of feeling misunderstood or unseen. It's a silent epidemic that plagues modern society, exacerbated by the rise of digital communication that substitutes genuine human interaction with superficial online connections. Despite the illusion of constant connectivity, many individuals find themselves lonelier than ever, longing for authentic relationships in a world increasingly driven by surface-level interactions. The effects of loneliness are far-reaching, impacting mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Chronic loneliness has been linked to a host of health problems, including depression, anxiety, cardiovascular disease, and even premature death. It's a silent killer that erodes the fabric of society, sapping individuals of their vitality and sense of purpose. Yet, amidst the darkness of loneliness, there remains hope. Human connection, genuine empathy, and acts of kindness have the power to bring the gaping chasm of isolation. By reaching out to others with compassion and understanding, we can create communities where everyone feels valued and accepted. In the end, it's these authentic connections that provide the antidote to loneliness, reminding us that we are never truly alone in our struggles. Dealing with loneliness requires proactive steps to foster meaningful connections and cultivate a sense of belonging. While it may seem daunting, especially when feelings of isolation are overwhelming, there are several strategies individuals can employ to navigate and overcome loneliness. Firstly, it's essential to acknowledge and accept feelings of loneliness without judgment. Recognizing that loneliness is a natural human experience can help reduce the stigma associated with it and open the door to seeking support. One effective way to combat loneliness is to prioritize building and maintaining relationships. This can involve reaching out to friends, family members, or acquaintances, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Initiating conversations, joining social groups or clubs, and participating in community events can provide opportunities to connect with others who share common interests and values. Additionally, leveraging technology can be a valuable tool in combating loneliness, especially for those who may be physically isolated. Virtual platforms such as social media, online forums, and video chat applications offer opportunities for communication and connection with others, regardless of geographical distance. Self-care practices are also crucial in managing loneliness. Engaging in activities that bring joy and fulfillment, such as hobbies, exercise, meditation, or creative expression, can help boost mood and reduce feelings of isolation. Taking care of physical health through proper nutrition, adequate sleep, and regular exercise can also have a positive impact on mental well-being. Seeking professional help is another important step for individuals struggling with chronic or severe loneliness. Therapists, counselors, or support groups can provide valuable guidance, encouragement, and coping strategies for managing loneliness and addressing underlying issues contributing to feelings of isolation. Ultimately, overcoming loneliness is a journey that requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to step outside of one's comfort zone. By taking proactive steps to foster connections, prioritize self-care, and seek support when needed, individuals can gradually build a fulfilling and meaningful life, rich in meaningful relationships and a sense of belonging. This is part 1 of a series of videos that will discuss loneliness and, more importantly, what coping strategies that one could use to reduce the feeling of isolation. Among other topics, I'll be discussing emotional, existential, transient, and chronic loneliness, along with their meanings. These types of loneliness are not mutually exclusive, and an individual may experience a combination of them simultaneously. Understanding the different types of loneliness can help tailor interventions and support to address the specific needs of individuals experiencing loneliness in its various manifestations.